I never thought I'd be the woman who would ruin her own wedding day. That morning felt flawless. Laughter filled the air. Champagne sparkled in the sunlight streaming to the hotel windows, and nervous excitement hummed under every movement. My bridesmaids flitted around me, straightening curls and smoothing fabric, while my white dress gleamed in the light. By all appearances, I should have been the happiest woman alive. But deep inside, there was a hollow ache I'd been ignoring for months, an emptiness that would drive me to a choice I'd regret forever. Ethan, my husband's best friend, had always been around. Charming, confident, the kind of man who made everyone feel comfortable. But somewhere along the way, his smiles toward me had shifted, softer, lingering, filled with something dangerous. I tried to dismiss it, telling myself it was harmless. After all, I loved Daniel. He was steady, loyal, and had loved me since college. But as the wedding preparations consumed us, Daniel became distant. Late nights at work, exhaustion etched on his face, barely noticing my own. Ethan, on the other hand, noticed everything. The night before the wedding, Daniel stayed over with his groomsmen, leaving me alone, nerves dancing through my chest. That's when Ethan showed up, claiming he wanted to make sure I was okay. One glass of wine became two. Compliments turned into confessions. Before I knew it, he was too close. His voice low, his hand brushing mine, the air thick with unspoken tension. I told him to leave. He didn't, and I didn't stop him soon enough. When it was over, the weight of my actions crashed over me like a tidal wave. I sat on the edge of the bed, shaking, hating myself, staring at the mirror that now reflected a stranger in white lace. Ethan left quietly, and I was left with silence, so heavy it hurt to breathe. I told myself it was a mistake, a fleeting moment of weakness I could bury forever. Daniel didn't need to know. No one did. I would marry him, love him, and somehow make it right. But fate has cruel timing. The next morning, walking down the aisle, I caught Ethan's eyes. Guilt burned in them the same way it did in mine. And when Daniel hugged him after the ceremony, smiling, thanking him for being like a brother, something inside me shattered. That night at the reception, the music roared, drowning out the storm in my chest. Guests laughed, danced, toasted our love story. The perfect couple finally united. But I could barely look at Daniel, without guilt clawing at my insides. Every smile twisted a knife. Every "I love you" echoed Ethan's words from hours before. Ethan avoided me or tried to. He stayed close enough to Daniel to appear loyal, distant enough from me to keep our secret safe. I told myself it would fade, that marriage and good intentions could bury it. But secrets rot everything they touch. Weeks later, Daniel noticed. "Did something happen between you and Ethan?" he asked one night, concern creasing his brow. I laughed, masking my racing heart. "Of course not." I lied. "Why would you think that?" He smiled, relieved, kissed me goodnight, unaware I was quietly suffocating beneath the weight of my guilt. The universe doesn't allow lies to endure. One evening, Daniel's phone buzzed with Ethan's name. I froze. Ethan had sent him something that changed his expression. Confusion, then anger. "What's this supposed to mean?" he asked, showing me the message. I read it. Blood drained from my face. A simple text meant for me. "You've been quiet since that night. I can't stop thinking about you." Daniel stared at me, waiting, my throat tight, hands trembling as I searched for a lie strong enough to erase the truth. There wasn't one. My silence spoke for me, his face twisted in disbelief. The kind only someone experiences when betrayal comes from the person they trusted most. He didn't yell, didn't throw anything. He simply stood there, eyes wet, voice breaking. That sentence, "on our wedding day," will haunt me forever. Ethan disappeared from our lives after that night, but the damage remained. Daniel moved out within a week. Friends took sides. Whispers followed me everywhere. The beautiful wedding photos became a cruel reminder of what I had destroyed. Months passed. Time didn't heal. It stretched the pain longer, thinner, until it became part of every breath. I'd see Daniel sometimes across the street at our favorite cafe, or in dreams. He looked different now. Harder, colder, stripped of the warmth that once made me feel safe. I wanted to tell him I was sorry, that I'd give anything to undo that night. But some wounds run too deep for apologies. Ethan reached out once, sending a long, emotional email full of regret. He claimed he'd never meant for it to happen, that he'd been in love with me for years and couldn't control himself. I deleted it without reading the end. I didn't need his guilt. I already carried enough for both of us. I blocked him everywhere. He made me sick just thinking about him. What I'd mistaken for connection was weakness. Two broken people unable to resist a fall. My family didn't know everything, but they sensed a fracture. My mother cried when Daniel returned the wedding ring, a small silver band she'd helped us choose. "You threw away a good man," she said softly. She was right. I did. By chance. I saw Daniel again once, leaving a restaurant with a woman I didn't know, beautiful, confident, still believing in love. They laughed together. For the first time, I felt no jealousy, only raw, quiet loss. I had no right to interrupt his healing, so I turned away before he could see me. Sometimes, I still wear the necklace he gave me before the wedding, not as a token of love, but as a reminder of what betrayal costs. I lost more than a husband that day. I lost a version of myself capable of trust, the woman who could meet her reflection without flinching. People think affairs are about passion or excitement. They're not. They're about loneliness, weakness, an illusion that the forbidden can fix what's broken inside you. It never does. It only destroys. If I could go back to that night, before the first kiss, before the first mistake, I'd walk away. I'd save Daniel from me. But life offers no rewinds, only memories that burn every time you close your eyes. And every time I hear wedding bells now, they don't sound like celebration.